Hello again, welcome to another edition of the Real Ale Guide. Today's beer is a beer from Gloucester Brewery and it's their Dockside Dark. 5.2% ABV. Nice dark looking beer. I gotta be honest, I like the logo for the brewery. Gloucester Brewery. I do like that kind of barrel. I think that's quite cool. The G and the B, Gloucester Brewery, but it forms a barrel. I quite like that label. Let's get it into a glass. Let's see what it's like, shall we? Okay, nice blue cap. Not sure if it's bottle conditioned. Yes, it is. The Great British Beer Festival glass, so I'm going to be quite careful pouring this out, and then we'll get the last bit of sediment in later on. That'll do for now. Okay, so what are we getting? Very dark, as you'd imagine from it being called Dockside Dark. Very dark glass of beer. It looks quite lively on the side of the glass, if I can just get it to focus. Can you see them bubbles? It's calmed down a bit now. Head's dissipating quite quickly. It was a one finger head, off white, kind of got that tan colour, creamy head. Let's get the nose. Oh, and that's a very fruity beer. That is very fruity. I think a lot of the fruit is coming from the yeast and the various malts used in this drink, and it's quite hoppy in a very, very dark beer kind of hoppy way. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That's nice. That is very nice. And a lot of licorice on the finish. It's quite a nice level of bitterness as well there. Myself, I do really like a real bitter kick, so I'm really enjoying this. But if you got a sweet tooth, then this may not be for you. But I'm loving the level of bitterness in this drink. It's a very dark chocolate bitterness, mixed in with, like I say, the licorice right on the end of the finish. It's a really nice fruity, kind of like it's kind of like a dark berry, but it's more like a forest fruits, kind of forest gatto-y kind of cherry beginning, and then, like I said, the bitterness takes it all away right at the end. So you got them lovely dark chocolate bitter notes right at the end. So it's a very, very good classic English, British maybe, bitter sweet taste. Sweet obviously coming first. it's very easy going for 5.2%. Very, very easy going drink. And just to show the strength of this beer, just to show the full-on flavours you're getting from this beer, I have just reviewed a brand new beer from Magic Rock Brewing, their Magic 8 Ball, and that's a black IPA, and that was so full of hops, and it was so hoppy that I kind of left the review 10 minutes before doing this one, but my palate was still adjusting, but in the best possible sense. I like to do that because it shows another beer's quality to be able to find a whole different set of tastes and flavours from a beer, because it's a totally different style of beer. This is a classic dark kind of stouty type of beer, but as I mentioned, it's jam packed full of flavour. So yes, going up against a black IPA, it's done very, very well. I'm really enjoying it. Let's get another nose, shall we? Yeah, it's really, really fruity. Really, really fruity, tasty beer. And the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm enjoying it. Right. This is the part where, if you're new to real ale, well, you may not be able to see it, but there's a lot of, basically the brewer puts yeast or sediment in the bottom of each bottle. That causes the beer to age over time. It gives the beer a bit of a sparkle, and it means if you age it for 6 months plus, you'll probably be able to smooth the beer out a little bit more, and it will taste a little bit better as it does today. Not saying it's a bad beer today, it's just it might taste a bit better in 6 months. But if you wanted to see the sediment, and you're new to real ale, this is what a real ale looks like. I'm not sure if you can see any of the sediment. Let's try and get it to focus. Pan round. There you go. Can you see them little bits there floating around on the glass? That's the sediment. And I always liked the sediment. Before I reviewed beer, I always poured the sediment in. Whatever beer it was, whether they told me not to, I'd always pour the sediment in, because I always found that it gives the beer an extra bit of kind of gritty, more of a body. And I've always liked it, so I've always dunked it in. But as a reviewer now, I'm having to kind of leave some of it out and then pour some of it in, just to show you guys what we're getting. So giving it a taste now, it should be a little bit more kind of gritty and chalkier, but only slightly. And yes, for me, that has improved the beer. It was very, very good before, very good beer before. Now this is bordering for me on excellence, absolute excellence. It's a lovely pint. Okay, and look at that. It's even given the head a little bit more of a shimmy or a glaze. It's giving the head a little bit more of an extra kind of lacing, kind of velvety quality there to the head. Time for a description of the Dockside Dark. 5.2%. Dockside Dark has been handcrafted to celebrate the ancient art of brewing, once practiced by the local monks and enjoyed by many a maritime merchant. Today we use traditional brewing techniques and locally sourced ingredients to create a rich modern ale. It's warm and chocolatey with a subtle sweetness. Bottle condition, please pour carefully if you don't like the sediment. If you do, pour it in. Saying it on the bottle, I mentioned it once or twice, but I do want to mention that chocolate note that comes with the dark roasted malts. I do like a dark beer. I really do like a dark beer. I like IPAs. I like pale ales. I like an awful big range of beers. But I always tend to come back, kind of lean towards the darker beers. This is right up my street. This is a brilliant beer. Time for a rating within 11 minutes. Oh. Loving the gravity, loving the smoothness, loving the way it's gliding down my throat, loving the bitterness levels, loving the way the beer sparkles. I mean, I know I've dunked the sediment in, but before I did, the beer had a nice sheen to it, nice sparkle. The tastes are jam-packed full of chocolate, caramel, dark chocolate, bitterness. It's just a classic dark beer. Probably how Guinness tasted 20 years ago. You know, before they, you taste Guinness today and it's nothing like it used to be. It's a very, very good beer. 5.2%. I think I give the website out. www.gloucesterbrewery.co.uk. I'm very, very satisfied with this beer. Very, very satisfied. It's not often I go over 12 minutes either. Just shows how much time flies when you're having fun. Pardon me. That one's for free. I don't charge. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from the Real Ale Guide. Borrowed a one-liner from Joe D, if you know Joe D's channel. Email me at realaleguide@googlemail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/realaleCraftBeer. And Twitter is twitter.com/realaletoday. But thanks for watching. Put your comments in the box. I'll always answer. Subscribe if you like. And cheers.